My name is Cara Murphy and I am in the yoga space in Hilversum in the Netherlands. I'm going to take you through a short prenatal yoga practice that you can repeat whenever you want, and just to be mindful that before you start this practice to watch my video on what you should be practicing for each trimester. For our practice, you're going to maybe need a bolster and a block. If you don't have a bolster or a block, you can use some cushions. Cushions are always good in place of a bolster, and maybe some books if you have it, and wrap it in a blanket instead of the block. So we're going to start in child's pose actually. So wide-legged child's pose. So bringing the knees wide, toes are touching. And again, here is a good time to use those cushions or this block. We'll give you space for the belly. You don't have to use it, so I'm not going to use it. You just calm down if it's available. And here, you're just going to connect to the breath. So checking in how the breath is for you today. So not changing anything, just observing the breath as it goes in and out. Observing as you inhale, create space in the body and for the baby. And as you exhale, just softening down into the mat, relaxing the body. And staying here for another few breaths. Inhaling very slowly, bringing the hands to the mat, knees come together and coming up onto all fours. So making sure that the wrists are underneath the shoulders and the knees are underneath the hips. And inhaling, we're just going to lift up, roll the shoulders back a little bit, sticking up the booty. And exhaling, just rounding that back. Again, not extreme, just some gentle spinal movement. Inhaling, we lift. Exhaling, gently rounding. And 3 more times in your own breath and your own rhythm. Inhaling, lifting. Exhaling, rounding. We're coming back to that neutral position. And then as you inhale, you're going to raise that right hand and extend that left leg. So you don't need to lift the left leg. Keeping the foot on the ground. Exhaling, coming back to all fours, that neutral position. Inhaling, just gently extending the left arm and the right leg. Exhaling. And again, 2 more times. So 3 is going to be the magic number today. Making slow, mindful transitions from each side, following the breath. last one, inhale. And exhale. From here, we're going to tuck our toes under and come into a down dog. So if that's not available to you, you can just stay on the knees if it's okay on the knees and come into puppy pose. We're going to stay here for 8 breaths. So you can change at any point. If you are in downward dog, making sure that the fingers are pointed towards the top of the mat, you can push down in the heels. Three more breaths. And then from here, we're going to come back down to the knees on the next exhale. You're going to bring that right foot forward, wiggle it, so that it is beside the right hand. Coming into a bit of a lunge here. Staying here for 1 breath. And you can stay here, or maybe it might be available to you to bring that left hand into the middle and open up on the inhale. So bringing the right leg out, so giving room for the belly. Exhaling, coming down. Bringing that right leg back into that tabletop, lifting up. Exhaling, rounding. Inhaling, lifting. Exhaling, rounding. And just one more. Inhale. And exhale. Coming back to that neutral position and coming into your puppy or your down dog. So down dog, tuck the toes under, planting the feet firmly and the hands into the ground. Or if you're in puppy, just staying with the knees, crossing the arms and coming forward. And again, 8 breaths, 8 rounds of breath. So adjusting at any point. And on the next exhale, coming to the knees, that tabletop position, wiggling the left foot outside of the left hand, and coming into a bit of a lunge. I'm going to stay here for 1 round of breath. And you can stay here, or you can bring that right hand into the middle, and maybe you can come into a bit of an open twist. Lifting that left arm. Not too much twisting. Exhaling, coming back to center position, making sure you're stable, bringing the foot back into tabletop. Inhale, we lift. Exhale, we round. And 2 more. Coming back to a neutral position, bringing the knees a little bit wider, and coming back into that child's pose again. And again, using the cushion, using the bolster. Or if you can come all the way down, just make sure that the belly, there's room for the belly, and it's supported. Allowing the breath to relax from our little mini flow. And now start to bring the awareness to the pelvic floor area. We're going to do some exercises for the area now and using the breath. So as we inhale, we're going to gather all those muscles up as much as we can. So really squeezing. And on the exhale, we just release. Inhaling, gathering. Exhaling, release. And keep doing this. Just keep going. And don't worry about if you feel nothing on the release or you feel that you can't really squeeze. So whatever you're doing is strengthening that area. It's different for all women. So just do whatever your body can. And on the next inhaling, calming forward into that neutral position, so into puppy or down dog. Tucking the feet under. And wherever you are, you're gonna walk or wiggle up to the top of your mat, coming up, so using the hands and the hips to come up. And at the top of your mat, we're just going to come into a few wide-legged squats, so goddess pose. And again, bringing the focus to the pelvic floor here. So as you inhale over in this standing position, feet are out a little bit. We're going to gather those muscles up again. Bringing the arms out into Gyan Mudra, and as we exhale, we're just going to release. Inhaling, straightening the legs, gathering the muscles. Exhaling, releasing. Inhaling. Exhaling. Yeah, and just a couple more. Inhale. Lifting up the muscles. Exhale. And last one. Inhale. And exhale. Only going down as low as you can. Inhaling, coming up. Releasing the hands. And then you're going to turn the hips so that they're in the direction of the front of the mat. Left foot is out a little bit. Going to lean into that left leg. And again, don't go too far, just as much as you feel like you can. I'm going to come up into Virabhadrasana, a warrior one. So the hands can come together, or if it's too much in the shoulders, you can bring the arms out into cactus arms. And exhaling, you're going to open up. Maybe you need to move the foot a little bit so the heels are in line. I'm going to come into Virabhadrasana, Baby Warrior 2. Inhaling, turning the hips, coming back into Warrior 1. And exhaling, you're going to step or wiggle to the top of the mat and release. Going for the other side, so stepping that left foot back. The right foot comes out. Left foot is turned in slightly. Finding your stability here. You don't have to go all the way down. You can just be here. And when you're stable, bring the hands up into Warrior 1, bringing the arms wider if that's more comfortable. And then opening up out into Virabhadrasana. Inhaling, coming back to Warrior 1. And exhaling, hands to the chest, come back up to standing position. Releasing the arms, you bring the hands to the hips. A little bit of balance here. So shifting the weight to the left-hand side, we're going to come into a tree. So you can bring the foot, the toes, just on the mat, or if it's available to you, maybe below the knee. Again, finding stability here. Bring the hands to prayer first, focusing on a point in front of you. And if you're stable, you can open the hands up. And exhaling, hands come to prayer position and release. Shifting the weight to the right hand side now. And again, finding your position for the left foot. Maybe it's on the shin, just side, or maybe you just have the tippy toes on the floor. Finding stability, balance, and focus, and only then lifting the arms up and opening up. Exhaling, bring the hands back into that prayer position and releasing. Feet are going to come a little bit wider now, toes are pointing out. And here you can take your bolster if you're not used to Malasana, the squat pose. Take it behind you. And we're going to come very slowly down, bringing the knees out, coming into Malasana. If that's available to you, that's awesome. If not, just take a bolster or those cushions. Wherever you are, just honoring your own body, wherever it is at this moment. Staying here for a few more breaths. And then releasing. So coming down onto the bum, being careful, releasing the bolster. And then bringing the feet in together. So soles are touching into Baddha Konasana. It's like a little diamond shape. And then coming down onto the back. And you can bring the hands to the belly just to feel that connection. And feeling as you inhale, how the belly rises and giving space to you and your baby. And exhaling, releasing down. And allowing the eyes to close here. And just allowing the physical practice to settle. Allowing the breath to relax. Allowing the physical body to relax. And allowing the mind to relax. Staying here just for a couple of minutes. A few more deep breaths. Nourishing breaths for you and your baby. And then whenever you're ready, releasing the legs, coming into Shavasana just for a few more breaths. And rolling over then onto the right hand side. So bringing the knees up, making sure that the belly is supported. Taking a couple more breaths here, so we're not in any rush. And then using your hand, your left hand, pushing yourself up to a seated position. Whatever's comfortable for you, sitting on a cushion or on the knees. And allowing the eyes to close. And we'll take 3 deep breaths in through the nose. And exhaling softly through the mouth. Inhaling through the nose. And exhaling softly through the mouth. One more inhale. And exhaling. And then bringing the right hand to the belly, left hand to the heart. Taking one more deep inhale for you and your baby. Smiling. And exhaling, opening the eyes. Thank you very much for practicing with me this short practice. Soon we will be going outdoors for prenatal yoga in Hilversum, maintaining social distancing rules. And so if you're interested, just get in touch with us at the yoga space in Hilversum. Namaste.